Cancer, hi, welcome to this channel. This is your weekly reading for the week of August the 4th. Thank you for being here. I hope you are doing well. Let's see what's coming through for you. You can use this for your sun, moon, and rising sign. And if you want to book a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. Send me an email to schedule a reading. Now, let's see what's coming through for you. Cancer, sun, moon, and rising. Thank you. Cancer. Cancer. All right, your cards are King of Swords, Nine of Swords, Hermit. Oh my goodness. Who? Cancer. Okay. This week you are in your mind. So thoughts are taking over. So what can we do about it? So Ten of Swords here is something to do with communication. It could be that you overreacted. King of Swords here is criticism, some kind of someone's judgments, their opinion, or it could also be you being hard to yourself. It could also be that maybe something happened and you overreacted and you are feeling bad about things now. And you are like playing and replaying what happened in your mind, and that is only keeping you stuck in that energy. So you number 10 here has to do with completion, number 9 has to do with completion, and then you also have Hermit, which is also number 9. So there is looks like this is ending now. It could be that you will find a solution and you will get yourself out of that energy, or a change is happening. But it could be this week is when it could be that you are going through that energy, like it's a process, and maybe you will feel better in the coming week, something like that. So while you are going through this energy, what I want to say is just be kind to yourself. Have patience. Having patience is important, and also remember to keep your eyes on the possibilities, the opportunities, because this very situation holds an opportunity, holds a blessing in it. So our difficulties are placed on our path for a reason. It's not random. It's like there is a meaning, there is a purpose. So whenever we come across some challenges, we have to rise above our challenges to see things from a higher perspective. So this is mind taking over, and you want to come from that place of intellect meaning just be aware of mind's tendencies. If you are, sometimes we can't even believe what we are seeing and hearing, because it has to do with our own internal dialogue, our own perceptions, our own understanding about things. So sometimes it's important to question our own perspectives, our own judgments, and also sometimes we can't trust our own senses. Maybe we see something, maybe that is not exactly what is happening. There is another story we may not be seeing. There is another side to this story that we may not be seeing. So when we come from that place of understanding, then it will be possible for us to remain a little bit flexible and to also look for solutions. And so that will actually help us move through these challenges with ease and calm. So here there is a sunrise happening, and the sunrise here has to do with a new morning, meaning clarity in your own clarity of thoughts, you receiving some new information, new insights which will help you get up and get going. This is where you are know that you will rise stronger, because this is a lowest point, but this is also where a turning, you will be able to change things around and you will be able to rise stronger. So it may have something to do with your interpersonal relationships, something someone said or did, something you said, did, or it could be a situation that you are coming across. It could be work related, health related, things like that. But know that this is also changing. This too shall pass, and it's important to keep the faith, be consistent, and keep going, and having patience is also important, and being kind to yourself is also important. By that, what I mean is, like, if we are when we all go through this energy, it's not like I go through this energy too. So whenever it happens to me, like when I am stuck in my thoughts, and when things seem like uncertain, and when I don't feel that energy to get up and do something, when I am bored, things like that, what I do is I'm like, okay, Nimi, now you are not ready for thoughts. Now is the time you want to just take care of yourself. Maybe do things that are easy, simple. Like, for instance, baking, going for a walk, washing my hair, staying more hydrated, trying a new recipe, window shopping, things like that. Or talking to a friend. So something that is easy, and not like mentally taxing, and all the other things, like all the big issues, can wait. Because when we are in that energy, when we are not feeling that motivation, inspiration, when we are exhausted, and when we don't have the right information, that is not the time to handle the bigger issues. If we struggle, then the issues will only become bigger and bigger. So it's important to just change up our own energy and find the inner calm and peace before we handle the challenges. So that's what I want to remind you guys. This is either it could be that you are exhausted, it could be that you are doing your research. Brainstorming is also what this energy is. It could be that you are trying to do something and you are doing your research, gathering information, or it could be that you are not feeling well. It could be that you are trying to figure things out, or it could be emotions, yes, but whatever the case may be, the cards are reminding you to simplify, Cancer. So be aware of your own thoughts and emotions and how you are approaching that situation, and be kind to yourself. And Hermit is also reminding you to simplify. So by that, what I mean is, it could be just staying more organized in your everyday life, simplifying your outer space, like your home space, your workspace. It could be what you are saying yes to, the projects that you are taking up, people you are hanging out with, how you are spending your time, your energy, things like that. Or it could be your diet, maybe. Maybe you want to go for, if you are not already, this could be a reminder to go for organic products, watch your diet, things like that. Or for some, it could also be taking up a spiritual practice. So this is reminding you to trust your own wisdom, trust your own knowledge, because you went through things in your own life, Cancer, and you have learned your lessons. So instead of looking for solutions outside, you want to go within, is what this energy is. Because this is a card of determination, this is a card of communication, being straightforward in your communication, being assertive, and this is your inner wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom is what these two cards are about. So go within, and you have the answers, inside of you. So don't seek for answers and solutions outside. Don't wait for people's approval, their validation. If you are asking for perspectives, maybe it's before you make your decisions, it's important to know if it is your decisions. You don't want to blindly follow people's advices, their suggestions, because people come from their own experiences, they come from their own fears, and it may not work for you because your life is different. You are different. So no matter who they are, so that is something that I want to remind you. You want to trust yourself, trust your own wisdom. And before you wait for approval and validation, know if that is really something you want to do, because you don't need anybody's approval and validation. You are an intuitive person, you have the knowledge, you got this, is what I want to remind you. So here, this could also be sleeplessness. So something to do with your sleeping habits. It could be that you are not sleeping well and you are waking up in the middle of the night. It could be that you are coming across some nightmares, something to do with dreams. And Hermit could be either your energy Cancer or it could be somebody else. Hermit is ruled by Virgo, and King of Swords is air sign. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini energy. It could be that these signs are in your chart. And it could also be someone you are consulting, a teacher, a therapist, a parent figure, a friend, someone like that. Or both these cards also has to do with your own energy. It represents the energy that you are embodying. This is a card of determination, straightforward communication, staying more organized, and this is a card of wisdom and inner knowing. So in your intuition. Yeah, so just be aware of your own self talks. This is also the week when you are like being hard on yourself. Just be aware of that energy. It's also about understanding, okay, sometimes things happened, but it's also important what happens after that. So if we overreacted, it could also mean having a conversation, apologizing, and sitting down and having a conversation. If it has something to do with something that happened long time ago, it's about knowing that yes, everything happens for a reason. There is a purpose, and maybe there is a learning. So what are these learnings? That's what you are contemplating on here. You are taking the learning, integrating them, and asking it's also about asking ourselves, okay, that happened, what can I do now? How can I change this, if at all it needs change? Sometimes it just needs acceptance. Sometimes there is something we can do about it. So then if that is the case, then it's also about taking action and moving on. But yes, you will find the motivation, you will find the energy. If you are not feeling it now, know that this phase is also changing. So what's happening in the sky? On the 6th of August, Mars enters Libra. Now, Libra represents relationships. Libra has to do with balance. And so this is and Mars has to do with actions, drive, aggression is also what that energy is. So just be aware of that. And Mars being in Libra may have something to do with our relationships with ourselves, or it also has to do with our interpersonal relationships. Maybe if we come across some like conflicts or something like that, just know how you want to navigate that situation. And Mars also has to do with communication, having a direct conversation. And this also has to do with headaches, migraine, back pain, things like that. So something to do with your health. On the 9th of August, full moon is happening in the sign of Aquarius. Now, sun is in Leo, moon is in Aquarius. So this is opposite energies. Leo and Aquarius are opposite signs. Leo is all about self, our individuality. Leo is about self-expression, authenticity, things like that. And Aquarius is the collective, humanitarian efforts. So this full moon energy is all about asking ourselves, how can we maintain that balance? How can I honor my individuality, but still work with others in a harmonious way? So without losing ourselves. When I said others, it could be a group environment, it could be the groups you belong to, it could be relationships, personal relationships, friendships, and things like that. So how can we show up without losing ourselves, without losing our own individuality? How can we embrace our own uniqueness, but also stay open to different perspectives, different way of doing things. How can we accept the differences is what this energy is about. So finding that balance. Then on the same day, Mars in Libra opposes Saturn and Neptune in Aries. So Saturn and Neptune both are in Aries now, and Mars is Aries ruling planet, which is in Libra. This is also some kind of tension, is what I want to say. Opposition is all about, is about tension, you know. So know, Cancer, know how you want to navigate that situation. Yes. So let's see what's coming through on the oracle cards. So when it comes to communication, what I want to remind you is just be careful, because this is where there is something happening and you may not feel good about it later on. Okay, and so yeah, just be aware of that, and you are like playing and replaying it in your mind, and that is not helpful at all. So in the beginning of the week, just be aware what you are coming across and how you want to respond to that situation. On the other hand, all these swords here may have something to do with you staying more organized, meaning it could be your financial papers, banking related, or it could be you figuring out things, something to do with technical stuff like technology. Information. By the way, Mercury is retrograde now, and during the retrograde, we might come across some communication challenges, technical issues, travel issues, uh, delays, and things like that. If that is what's happening for you, know that on the 11th of August, that is next week, Mercury is going direct, and that's when we will come across some new information, new insights, and the misunderstandings will clear away. Delays will disappear, things like that. So if there is something happening this week, just remember to have patience, keep the faith, and know that, again, like I said, this is just a temporary phase. We don't want to let the temporary affect us in a bad way, you know. Okay, so Cancer, the message is bountiful nature. Actually, this came through for Gemini as well. It could be that Gemini is in your chart. So the message is spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or hike with your pet, meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with the limitless vastness. So if there is something you are worrying about, Cancer, the energy is reminding you there is no need for you to worry about, because there is plenty for all. Like for instance, if you are coming across some competition and things like that, know that what is meant for you will never pass you. It will always come to you, and you don't have to fight for it. You don't have to struggle with anything. It will find its way through anyway. Universe is a mysterious place, so it's all about trusting the universe, trusting that intelligent power that is guiding our life. So yeah, and it's also about trusting ourselves and giving it our best. Whatever we come across, it's about giving it our best. It could be relationships, it could be our work, whatever the case may be. And this is where you are doing some soul searching. It could be, yeah, the energy is reminding you just do something different. It could be taking a break and going on a vacation if you are feeling this way. If you are feeling stuck, it could be staying away from that environment, keeping some distance, giving it some space, giving it some time is what it needs. So we don't always have to interfere. We don't have to struggle to fix or change anything. When we just let go and and allow things to unfold, then things will magically fall in place together, magically fall in place. So it may have something to do with our own energy. When we are like fixated on an outcome, when we are struggling to make things happen, when we are, that comes from control issues, and we may not even be doing it knowingly. It could just be an impulse, like, the way something to do with our own habits and patterns. So something that we may not even be aware of. So if that is something that you are coming across, Cancer, just remember that you don't have to struggle with anything, you don't have to change or fix anything. Just give it some space, some time, and maybe think about stepping away from that environment. It could be just going outside to breathe, going for a walk, or it could be just taking a vacation if that's possible for you. And that will help you come into a new understanding, a new perspective, And yes, the universe is an abundant place. There is enough for everybody. And we don't have to compete with each other. Whatever is meant for us will always find its way to us, is what the energy is reminding you. Let me read this out to you one more time. Spending time in nature helps shift you to a higher vibration and reminds you of God's infinite abundance. Go outside and enjoy a walk or hike with your pet, meditate beneath a tree, garden, sit under the stars, or do some other activity to connect with limitless vastness. Maybe that is something that you are doing here. It could be that you are going on a hike, but know how much you are taking on. Like, looks like something physically, mentally strenuous activities. This could also be aches and pains, backaches, headaches, migraine, things like that. So stay hydrated. If that is something, it also has to do with weather situation. If it's really hot and if you are going for a hike, maybe know if it's if you are okay. Yeah. So Cancer, that's what I have for you. I hope this was helpful. Please remember to watch the moon and the rising sign as well. And if this is helpful, remember to watch the remember to like the video, subscribe. Thank you so much for your support, and take good care of yourself. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I will see you in the next reading.